The veteran Gunners midfielder has been exceptional this season, but his future in North London is far from clear. Granted, XHAKA's remarkable block to deny Joe Willock what looked like a certain equalizer during Arsenal's -0 win at Newcastle on Sunday was a moment that typified the gutsy performance Mikel Arteta's side produced at St James Park. XHAKA had no right to get back in time to throw his body in front. The block summed up the way Arsenal approached the game, and also perfectly highlighted just how vital a cog XHAKA is in the well-oiled machine that Arteta has created this season. When you watch the incident back, Newcastle's move begins with XHAKA pressing high up in Arsenal's final third. XHAKA could easily have just slowly made his way back, watching the move unfold, but instead he charges towards his own penalty area the whole time. Even then, it looks almost impossible for him to reach Willock in time as the ball breaks for the Newcastle star. But somehow he does, timing his slide. It was the latest chapter in a remarkable campaign for the Switzerland international. XHAKA's redemption story at Arsenal has been well documented, but it continues to be one of the stories of the season. The message Arteta delivered to XHAKA last summer was also an ultimatum. There was strong interest in the Switzerland captain, from Bayer Leverkusen in Germany and from Roma in Italy. Arteta wanted him to stay, but he was also not going to stand in his way if he wanted to move. It was down to XHAKA: stay and add more to his game as a player, or move on to pastures new. XHAKA decided to stay, and the results have been exceptional. After 35 league games, he has 5 goals and 7 assists to his name. He has also scored twice in the Europa League. XHAKA now looks a completely different player to the one that divided opinions so much during his first 6 years at Arsenal. As much as he values XHAKA both as a player and as a man, Arteta is unlikely to stand in the midfielder's way should he decide to pursue an exit at the end of the season. It's expected that the player would be given the chance to make his own mind up. XHAKA has had his best ever campaign at Arsenal. He's a first-team regular, and his popularity has never been higher. It would be understandable if he felt that this was the perfect time to bow out, but that would see him wave goodbye to the chance of playing in the Champions League with Arsenal next season. He's only experienced that once before, in this first season at the club back in 2016-17. As much as he values XHAKA both as a player and as a man, Arteta is unlikely to stand in the midfielder's way should he decide to pursue an exit at the end of the season. It's expected that the player would be given the chance to make his own mind up. XHAKA has had his best ever campaign at Arsenal. He's a first-team regular, and his popularity has never been higher. It would be understandable if he felt that this was the perfect time to bow out. For Arteta, it would be a blow to lose a player like XHAKA ahead of next season. Even if he does lose his place as a guaranteed starter to a summer addition such as Declan Rice or Mason Mount, he would still be a hugely important member of the squad. Strengthening his options during the summer is the key priority for Arteta. Ideally, he would not want to see his squad weakened, and there's no doubt that it would be by the loss of such an experienced player who still has so much to offer. It's a difficult situation, one that will all be played out over the coming weeks. But one thing that is for sure is if XHAKA does end up waving goodbye to Arsenal, he will do it with his head held high. You certainly wouldn't have said that just a short time ago. West Ham ready to part ways with Rice. Set £120 million price tag for midfielder. Arsenal leading race to sign Rice.